Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert, that's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you can click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. Seen this Volvo on the side of the road. What year is it?
06.
06. Blue oil everywhere. Oil's all up here, all down there. I just added 5 quarts and I don't see none dripping. So, was the dipstick out when you opened the hood earlier? Huh?
It's out of the light. I got its light back.
Alright. Headed back to Cincinnati. Man, let me tell you something. These hills out here in West Virginia are something else. I mean, you got some straight up, like it's a wall in front of you hills. Like the road's gonna end into the forest. Then it just curves one way or another. Beautiful scenery. Beautiful. Look how high this one is in front of me now. Good Lord. That is an awesome hill. I was on this road a little while ago and I actually seen a bear in the median that got hit, which is really rare. That's the first time I ever seen a bear that got hit by a car on the interstate. And then I talked to a guy a few minutes later and he said he's seen one in the same area. So there must be a good population of bears there. After that, I actually seen some people on the side of the road in a 06 Volvo wagon with a rear spoiler on the back like an R. Pulled over and helped them get off the road. But I think somebody messed up a timing job on that car. And man, they're in bad shape because I'm in Virginia, or was in Virginia, and West Virginia now. Those folks were on their way to Spokane, Washington to be with their children. Car full of stuff. So I sent them to a Volvo place that was close by. Hopefully they got the help. Look how close and high this hill is in front of me here. Wow. Well, I'm gonna sign off and keep driving home and catch you guys tomorrow. Well, folks, as you can see, I am home. I'm getting ready to get that car moved over and cleaned up. But we got a new ride on the fleet. Pepper. Pepper is a Arizona car, dry and rust-free. Yes, it's got a suntan. We got to deal with that. Been, what you call it when you get sunburned? Couple of spots. We'll deal with that. And it's got some aftermarket wheels on it, but it is a 95 T5R. I got a few things I'm going to do to it before I decide whether or not I'm gonna keep it. It's got a custom exhaust and it has a vast tune and I believe a 19T. Let me see here. T5R. I got a shift on for it to make that correct. It's got a couple of minor issues with the dash. I need to fix the dash. But the biggest thing is the AC doesn't work. Probably has an evaporator leak. I went and got a temp plate for it, waiting on my Air Force veteran plate, and put the temp plate on upside down. So I'm gonna flip that over real quick. The back window's tinted, but it doesn't look like whoever did it did a good job, because it's got some air there, a couple other things in that tint. I'm gonna replace that tint for sure on the back window. Check these other windows, and I'm gonna do a ceiling liner in it. Ceiling liner is pinned up, needs to be replaced. Has a custom stereo in it. It Bluetooths to your phone. I'm not sure what speakers, but we'll dig into that later. T5R, y'all. The sedan version. This car's been sitting about 2 weeks. Walked up to it, turned the key, boom, fired right up. I see it's got the green injectors, IPD wires, MSD blaster coil, battery clips there. It's got an upgraded intercooler. Looks like a standard radiator. It's got a DO88 rip kit. It looks like it's got DO88 or IPD coolant hoses on it. So this car has had some love. It's been shown some love. I'm gonna check it over bumper to bumper, get it 100% right, and decide what I'm gonna do. Look, it's even got those custom headlights like Lucille has. It's the second time I've seen those. So we'll see more of this one later. Whoop whoop. Let's see what we got going on here in the trunk. Oops. Look at there, folks. Manual transmission. And a clutch kit and all. This thing is ready to be manual swapped. Yes, sir. 3-pillar gauge pod. Some other stuff in here. More coolant hoses. We are ready to crank this up. Seems like the transmission has an external slave on it. So this thing should be good to go. Well, folks, I don't have a lot of time and it's getting dark. But let me back this black car up and see if I could do something to get that thing running and see what I got going on next. Step 1, air up the tires. Well, I'm here with Loch Ness. It's a monster. I think I'm gonna drop a battery in this car and see if it'll start. My guess is the fuel pump's out. I took the timing belt cover off to check the timing belt. I was concerned about that. I think I might start it. I need to hook up this turbo pipe here, hook it up to the throttle body there, install a mass airflow sensor, and drop a battery in here, see if it'll crank and start. I wouldn't drive it with the timing belt and stuff the way it is, but again, it may start. The timing belt doesn't look super busted and it doesn't have any coolant in it, so I'll pour some coolant in there. Looks like it has an original water pump or one close to it, because the water pump is missing cogs. You see that there? It's got 3 cogs and then it's missing 2 cogs. That looks like an original water pump. I got a water pump here for it, whole timing belt kit. But I want to see if it starts and drives. I can't run it long without a coolant fan, but it looks like everything's hooked up. So I'm gonna pour some coolant in there and hook this piping up, see if this thing will start. Pumped all 4 tires up to, what is it, 35 psi with this battery. This battery only had 1 bar on it, 6.0 though. You need those. Let me hook up this turbo piping. Well, it appears I have borrowed a few pipes that I did not remember borrowing. I could get them off of Lucille, or I could get them off of Lemonade, because I have brand new parts for Lemonade. I took the clip out of this throttle body, gave that to somebody, or sold it to somebody, or used it on another car I was working on. I took the turbo piping from here all the way back to the turbo, so that's gone. The oil dipstick is gone. That was probably broke, pulled it out. The top for the ECU is gone, and the oil cap's missing, but I covered the oil cap hole with this cardboard. So I need to put an oil cap on there, make sure nothing has crawled down in there. I see a leaf down there, but that's probably not going to be a problem. But I do need to check the oil level, make sure it's good. And I got the coolant filled up. I hook up a mass airflow sensor, and there was spider webs going down to the turbo. I don't care if they get sucked up in there, that's on them. Oh gosh, look at all that stuff in the turbo. I do need to get that out. I should have filled that up with a rag. That's falling up from up here. So I need to vacuum that out. I got my vacuum cleaner. If my memory serves me correct, this car would not crank because the starter was bad. So I need to replace the starter on there. So I got a couple things to do before this thing will crank. Let me see. I think I got a starter. I need to test it. I got a good battery for it. I got the turbo hose for it. I could get it off of Lucille. And I'm sure I got an oil cap around here and a dipstick around here. So let me go get this stuff. And fuel pump relay's missing. That wiper arm is loose. This wiper arm is totally missing. So I got a few things to do to make the car drivable, but I don't need all that stuff just to start the car. I can start the car like it is. I don't want to suck nothing down there, and I don't want nothing going into that turbo. But since the turbo, well, that turbo will turn. If I start the car or crank it, it should blow all that stuff out, because it'll try to push air up to the turbo piping, which is missing. But first thing first, let me get an oil cap, vacuum that stuff out of there, vacuum that stuff out of there, put a dipstick in here, and then drop the battery in, put a jump wire or fuel pump relay in there, and see if this thing will crank. But like I said, I probably need to replace the starter. Well, it got dark and I had some place to go the next day, so I just shut it down. I will deal with that stuff another day. I did back that car up into another parking space so that it can be moved while I'm gone and hopefully not get a ticket from the city. So I will pick this up where I left off another day. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.